I really should get me one of those DJI or Rode mics, the wireless ones, for things like this. Because using a lavalier is not fun. Hey guys, welcome to the first episode of the vlog. I don't know what how I'm gonna structure this yet, but I've been on this platform watching various people like David Moorfield, P.D. Mokri. I'm sure there's some other names I'm forgetting because there's many more that I watch of people running their media business or video business, or however they structure it. They run their business and they just talk about their struggles and their shoots, their projects, various things, and they just go on the platform and talk. And I kind of wanted to do that, not because obviously to build an audience, yes, but it's another level of connection and networking. And you're gonna see the camera shaking because there's two dogs right now prancing around on my phone stand, which is like a very cheap Temu stand and like a phone clamp. But everybody, of course, is building their audience, but they're also networking. They're also getting work. They're getting questions answered. Like David released a video the other day, well, recently, I think probably like yesterday or today, I don't remember, where his EVF was going out. And I mean, yeah, sure, you could go on Google and like type it in and probably find your answer, but if people are watching your video and they're seeing the same issue that they went through, they can easily just go in the comment section and be like, hey, it's the EVF. Yeah, it's your EVF, it's the wire, you gotta send it in. Or just blow some blow some air inside of the ports and that should work it out. Like things like that. I think would be cool just to keep on doing. By the way, my name is Terrence. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Terrence Wilson. I am a cinematographer. I work in G&E, and I also am an editor based on the East Coast. I live in Charlotte, but I work all throughout the East Coast. A smart person would have put that dogs up and recorded a video. But I told myself I wanted to, have the least amount of barriers as possible, because I've been telling myself that I want to just shoot and talk and stuff. And, I always put these barriers up. The video always has to be perfect. I would not have shot on my phone before. I would have put this camera up on a tripod, set up lighting, but it's nah, just shoot the video, Terrence. But I'm based on the East Coast. I'll put my information obviously in the video probably at the start. I feel like this would have been much better if I had started this series when I first started doing a lot of my work here in the Charlotte, North Carolina area. But I recently got this FX6 in December, early December. I upgraded this from an A7 IV. The A7 IV was a workhorse. It was a great camera. But I made the upgrade for a couple of reasons. One, I wanted the built-in audio and ND filter. And once you use an internal ND, it is very hard to go back to a camera without it. But the internal audio, the internal ND was something that I really wanted. But there are so many quality of life things in this camera that just make my life and my shoots a lot easier than when I use the A7 IV. For instance, S&Q. I have that set to the primary switch where I can just dial it and switch to slow motion. Before in the A7 IV, I know you could set up custom modes, but I'd have to go into settings, set up the custom mode. Then I'd have to think oh my gosh, I'm not using shutter angle, so now I have to dial the shutter speed properly. And then if I go back to shooting in 24 frames per second or 30 frames per second, whatever I'm shooting in real time, I may forget to switch the shutter speed back to the correct, it's a lot to think about versus I just put the shutter angle on whatever I want, 180, 120, and then I just press the S and Q button when I want to get slow motion, and that's it. I mean, of course, you know, built-in LUTs, et cetera, et cetera. I'm not gonna sell you on this camera. If you want an FX6 and you need an FX6, you're gonna get it. If you don't need it, you don't need to get it. You can just use an FX3 or A7 IV, A7C, ZVE1, whatever camera you have. You know, if the camera works for you, there is no need to upgrade. Don't listen to these people out here and buy unnecessary equipment for no reason. Felt like I went on a rant. But I have a project coming up, and for the two people that are going to watch this, I need some help. I have never planned I have never planned a production that revolved around like a full script and multiple setups that wasn't just like an interview. Myself, you know, it's always been something that's been like collaborated with, you know, a director or a producer or friends or et cetera, et cetera. Like, I've never done it myself. And now I've been given a script. The script is obviously not on the screen, but I've been given a script, and I need to storyboard it, and I need to figure out what equipment I'm gonna need. You know, I kind of want to use the anamorphic lens, but that means I have to rent the anamorphic lens, and then the project budget increases because now I have to rent a lens. Or lenses, but I'm wondering what's the best way to go about this, because of course I want to make this project, you know, as good as I can make it right now, you know, as great as I can make it right now. I also, you know, love working with this client that I recently got in touch with from one of my, I would call him a mentor. I don't know if you'd call me a mentee, but one of my mentors handed me this client. He's been wonderful to work with. And I love the relationship we have. I don't want to increase his budget if I don't have to, you know, exponentially if I don't have to, you know, because this is much different from the projects that I've already done for him. So I'm trying to figure out a way to go about this where I storyboard this project. I want to bring in some good lighting, you know, I probably like rent a 1200 if I could rent a 1200X, that'd be cool. But like probably rent like a 1200D or X, maybe like a 600. You know, get some nice frames, and because I don't have any frames myself, which is kind of funny. I always have to rent like lighting equipment whenever I do like a gaffing job, or for the few jobs where I was like a swing and they needed equipment from me, I would always have to rent equipment. And it's getting to a point now where I'm thinking like, okay, what is gonna be like a balanced kit at the start that's gonna like carry me throughout, you know, whether it's a G&E job or whether it's a shooting job, and like, you know, maybe it's like one of those sort of like one-man band jobs, but not really, like a skeleton crew and they need equipment and they're renting equipment. Like what is gonna be like a good set of like lighting support that, you know, doesn't really extremely break the bank, but also, you know, is like something good. Yeah, I thought about getting you guys would know the Lightbridge CRLS. I thought about getting those, but I think the price for a mirror with a special coating on it, I think the price that Lightbridge has is a bit, there are certain things in this film industry that I believe are overpriced. You can fight me on that, I'm sorry. Certain things I think are just overpriced, and they're overpriced because they know that people are gonna buy it. With that said, of course, you know, they developed something that nobody else has developed, so they have the ability to charge a premium for some mirrors with a special coating. I thought about getting the Godox equivalent for much cheaper. Does the same thing, but it's cheaper. I thought about getting those for myself. You know, I just knocked the mic. That was very unprofessional of me. But then again, I have the lavalier exposed to the camera and I'm shooting on the phone. But I thought about getting those for my personal kit. I also am looking to upgrade my lights themselves. Right now, I currently own just like an Amaran F22C and then a Godox 300D and then an Amaran 60X, which, you know, it's a pretty decent kit. But I still, sometimes I find myself needing more firepower. So I'm looking to either go up to a 600 or 1200. I'm, you know, juggling the investment. And then I'm also looking to invest in some flags and some scrims for myself because I only own one scrim, which is a 4 foot by 4 foot silk, which is fine, but I need more. I don't have any flags whatsoever. And I always need flags. I don't have any flags whatsoever. I had a 5-in-1 kit, but I lost that. How? I don't know. Some project I went on, I probably took it, forgot to get it, and yeah, it's gone. I need to get another 5-in-1 reflector because that did come in handy on a few projects. But yes, with my long ramble finished, hopefully, I need to storyboard and price out this project. And it's gonna be interesting because, again, I've never done this all by myself before, and now I gotta do that. And you know, it's like how do I like price this out so that I get all the equipment that is needed, and I also get the profit that I want, but it doesn't break his bank. You know, like I know it's probably much easier than I'm thinking in my head. But it's just one of those things that I have to go through. Yeah, besides that, if anybody has like a tip or a source to get DaVinci Resolve Studio for cheaper than it actually costs. I know like it's a one-time deal, you get it and you're done, but like I haven't convinced myself to get Studio yet. And sometimes I find myself needing like certain features of Studio, like Magic Mask and captions. What I typically do is I just ship it as a ProRes to Premiere and then just caption it in Premiere, because I am currently on the student plan. There are people paying $50 for all the apps, and I don't understand that. Why are you doing that to yourself? You don't need to do that. Anyways, there was a sale the other day on B&H in that deal zone. By the way, if you don't know about B&H's deal zone, they rotate a set of items each day that they put on sale. And DaVinci Resolve was on sale for $175, and I should have grabbed it, but I didn't because I was too late to the deal zone. But yeah, that's it for this video. I'm going to hopefully just throw this in the computer, not think about how bad it looks and how much I messed up on my words. Yeah, I'll see you guys in the second video as I keep on vlogging my journey and stuff. Yeah, bye.